So this video is gonna be like kind of special in that you're getting more than one video in a week. And that's because a few days ago I found out about a readathon that's taking place in the month of February, and I really wanted to participate in it. There we go. I can talk. And that is Blackathon. I believe this is the third round that Blackathon has happened. And its creator, Bow Ties and Books, went like all out this year. There are YouTube hosts, there's Instagram hosts, there's possibly things going on Twitter as well. They have an overall theme for the various teams. There are 3 teams this year. And it's crazy, but good crazy. And like I'll link Jesse's video with all the information and stuff in the description of this video. So if you want to learn more, go check it out. So I decided that I'm gonna do team thriller / horror. Each of the 3 teams has 4 prompts, one of which is a group or team book, and then there's also the caveat that at least one of the books, which I believe can be the group book, needs to be like a non-US or UK like setting. So I'm really excited. And it took a little bit because I read one of the prompts wrong completely, but there's a book that I liked that goes more with how I read it, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll explain in a second. Okay. Prompts. Okay, so the group book is A Wife of the Gods. I'm just going to read the synopsis because, let's be real, I honestly hadn't actually heard of it before the announcement video, and it sounds really interesting. And the synopsis says, introducing Detective Inspector Darko Dawson, dedicated family man, rebel in the office, ace in the field, and one of the most appealing sleuths to come along in years. When we first meet Dawson, he's ordered by his cantankerous boss to leave behind his loving wife and young son in Ghana's capital city to lead a murder investigation. In a shady grove outside the small town of Ketanu, a young woman, a promising medical student, has been found dead under suspicious circumstances. Dawson is fluent in Ketanu's indigenous language, so he's the right man for the job. But the local police are less than thrilled with an outsider's interference. For Dawson, the sleepy corner of Ghana is rife with emotional landmines, an estranged relationship with the family he left behind 25 years ago, and the painful memory of his own mother's inexplicable disappearance. Armed with remarkable insight and a healthy dose of skepticism, Dawson soon finds his cosmopolitan sensibilities clashing with age-old customs, including a disturbing practice in which teenage girls are offered to fetish priests as trokosi, or wives of the gods. Delving deeper into the student's haunting death, Dawson will uncover long-buried secrets that, to his surprise, hit much closer to home. Which sounds really interesting, and I mean, I'm excited to read this. So, yeah. Next. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. All of the prompts are, like, names of Black authors who, like, resemble the specific, like, prompts. And so if you are struggling with figuring out a prompt or a book for that prompt, like, you can either, like, choose the book or a book by that author, or just, like, have them be a starting point to, like, kind of see what that prompt could, or what books could fit that prompt, if that makes sense. So next, we are going to do the prompt Rachel Housel, which is a book taking place on vacation, sabbatical, or a decadent setting. Now, for this one, I chose, which one was it? I chose They All Fall Down. So, what I know about this is that it's potentially in a similar vein to And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. But basically, the main character got a surprise invitation to a luxury private island, as well as, I believe, 6 strangers, and basically while they're there, strange accidents keep happening and make them suspicious of each other. And I mean, that's all I want to know, because it sounds fantastic. And I mean, if it's in the vein of And Then There Were None, which I really, really enjoyed, I'm all for it. Next is Victor LaValle, I think. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name right. But that is supernatural or paranormal horror. I can talk today, guys. I can talk. And for this one, I'm actually doing a book by that author, just because it sounded really interesting, and that is The Changeling, which follows a husband and his wife who recently had a child, and the wife suddenly begins like acting really odd, and the husband thinks it's because of like postpartum depression, but it like becomes clear that it's something else, and then the wife somehow like ends up just leaving with the child, and the father goes on basically an adventure to find them and figure out what's going on. And that just sounds really awesome. And I mean, the cover looks cool too. I'm ordering these from the library, so they're on their way. They're not here yet. So yeah, I'll just like put pictures of them like over there. Okay. Now, the last prompt is called Megan Giddings, and basically it's a black character who moves to a new town with an old secret. This sounds like the simplest prompt ever, and this is the one I struggled with because I read it wrong. Basically the way I interpreted it was the black character has an old secret and they move to a new town, not the character moves to a new town and that town has a secret. So that's why that caused a lot of trouble for me. And this still may not fully fit the prompt, but this is a book I really want to read, and it fits the prompt how I assumed it was, in that it's characters that have secrets. I'm not sure if the character is like black themselves, but it is by a black author. If this doesn't work, then who knows, maybe I'll end up reading like another book instead or something. We'll see. But this book is One Little Secret, which is also like a kind of like travel-y, like vacation-y one in a way. But basically, this couple decides that they're gonna, like move to a new place, at a beach house, and like invites some neighbors for like a week-long sublet, and they have drinks, get comfortable, and secrets may come out, and the next morning one of the women is dead. And they gotta figure out what happens. And, you know, the person investigating finds out that everyone had secrets. So, the question is, who did it and why? Which, honestly, sounds fantastic. So those are the 4 books. And what I think I'm planning to do is read the books over the course of the YouTube video challenge, and just do like a week-long reading vlog. That's the plan. We'll see if I actually do that, because I do still have like another separate like February TBR that I also want to get to on top of this. We'll see how that works. But yeah, I am excited for this. I'm excited to check out some new authors that I've never read from before. All of these sound good. Thriller and horror is actually something that I've like kind of I've kind of like stepped away from because I read a lot of that before really starting BookTube. And I've been branching out. I don't normally read horror, but like I wanted to get back into horror and thriller because it's something that I do enjoy. And I mean, I personally just want to like share some of the books that are out there and help get their names and their books to more people, if that makes sense.